Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. AAA Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Tacoma Rainiers and the Oklahoma City Comets. First pitch coming your way next. Just about to get started. And towing the slab here, Bobby Miller. He's got 5 pitches to attack hitters with, and that means his game plan can vary widely between starts. Hard to say which pitches he'll be leaning on in this one, but if he can get 3, 4, or even all 5 of them going, watch out. Should be interesting to see. Digging in for the Rainiers, Connor Joe. And we are underway. Out to center. And there's one down. Mitch Garver digs in now. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. Garver, 35 years old, and he was a 9th-round draft pick back in 2013. That's a strike, but probably not a great one to swing at on the first pitch. Smart take, I think. Swings and misses. 0-2. 1 out and the base is empty. And there's a ball. What discipline to lay off the high 0-2 fastball. He's doing a good job to shrink the zone and force the pitcher to throw him something hittable. So they get a runner on with a 1-out single. Around first, hustling for 2. Starts the afternoon off right with a double. Down in the count, didn't matter. Put a great swing on it. Beautiful swing there leads to the double, and the hitting coach has to figure out how they can make that the default swing going forward. A minor leaguer who can is going to be on the rise. That's an excellent fastball at the bottom of the zone. If he continues to locate it, that's an effective weapon. 1-2, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, that's a K. Swing went right over top of the curveball. Caleb Cabot getting ready to hit. 3 hits last night, a big factor in getting that win. That one finds the zone. And it's a strike. Not sure he was ready to hit. Took the first 2 pitches for strikes. Time for him to battle now. Started after it, tried to hold up, and a look to first. And no swing, says Carl Dixon.
4-seam fastball, high outside.
Now a pop-up on the infield. Freeland settles underneath it and makes the catch. Digging in for the Comets, Matt Gorski. Here's a grounder up the middle, and it's through for a hit. Runner on base to start the inning. That at-bat was over in the blink of an eye. He showed a nice up-the-middle approach on that hit, something you always like to see from a minor league hitter. And we'll see if his speed becomes a factor now that he's on first. Santiago Espinal, the batter now, whiffs for strike 1. On 0-1 to deliver. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Runner at first, nobody out. Oh, and 2, here's the pitch. And that's a fair ball. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out. Back-to-back singles. Smoke that through the infield for a base hit. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play. And here at the plate, James Tibbs III. A swing and a miss. quickly, it's 0-2 to the DH. Into center. One away. So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Ryan Ward. 2 hits in last night's game. On the ground. That's a base hit. And they stop the runner at third, so bases loaded with 1 away. And now it's going to be Alex Freeland. Base hit. 1 run is in. Runner at third puts on the brakes. Bases still loaded and still only 1 away. Here's the catcher, Chucky Robinson. And that's off the inside edge. Grounder up the middle. Base hit. 1 run is in. Second one scores as well. And they take a 3-run lead. 1 out and 2 on. And here's the first baseman, Josue De Paula. This one ripped but snagged at third base. Might need to do something to reset your karma. That liner had base hit written all over it. Just some bad luck. A frozen rope. Oh, can't hang on. 1 run is in. The relay to the plate. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. The Rainiers at the plate here in the second inning. Carson Taylor now at the plate. That one into triple digits. Since he's got a 4-0 lead, he should attack the zone and avoid walks. Lots of fly ball down the line. This has a chance, and it is foul. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Chop left side. Espinal sends it to first. Fine play in the hole for the out. Base is empty, 1 away. Now it's the second baseman, Ryan Bliss. Really strong hitting performance recently, working on an 8-game hitting streak.
4-seam fastball. Low inside.
Pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Handles. And now a jump throw. It's there, and that's a great play. Nobody on and 2 outs. Next up for the Rainiers, Colt Emerson.
Low middle.
Ball.
4-seam fastball. Low inside.
This one is in there. So a ball and a strike. It's clear he's trying to own the inside part of the plate with 2 straight fastballs inside. We'll see if he goes away or comes back inside. 2 outs and nobody aboard. Just missed.
4-seam fastball. High middle. Circle change. Low inside.
And that's ball 4.
Take your base.
That 2-out walk can be a real lift for the offense. The runner gets to take a big secondary lead, so a well-placed ball into the outfield has a better chance of scoring a run. Pitcher steps off. Nothing doing.
Curveball. Low outside.
And this one kicks away from the catcher. That's a wild pitch, and he moves into scoring position.
Low inside.
And swing and miss. That's some serious mustard on that fastball. Sliced hard, but foul. Man at second with 2 down. Swings and misses. And that'll do it. Bottom half of inning number 2. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Noah Miller. Swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. Attacking the zone in this first inning, but the hitters haven't been fooled because too many strikes have leaked over the middle of the plate. That one rocketing towards left center. Should be extra bases. He turns and heads for second. That's a leadoff double. Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. That's a swing every hitting coach and scout loves to see. Just a shot into the gap the other way. Hitters who can do that consistently usually have a ton of success. Gorski swings through that one, coming to the plate for the second time today. Miller leading off second with nobody out. Swings through it for the K. Not what the offense was looking for after a leadoff double. The strikeout and 1 away now. Next up for the Comets, Santiago Espinal. Singled and scored the first time around. And foul ball. 1 out and a runner at second. Bottom half of the second inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, but blocked. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Into third now, so runners at the corners and 1 out. James Tibbs III will hit next. Went hitless in 4 at-bats yesterday. Way inside. And that's a whip for a base hit. Runner in from third to extend their lead. It's an RBI single, and the lead is up to 5. Tallies are in. They turn things over to the southpaw, Josh Simpson. Just trying to keep them in it here. Now the left fielder, Ryan Ward. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. 0-1. Not close with that one, but still chased. That's a strike. That curveball had no business getting a strike. The hitter was ready to crush it, but it never quite got to where it should have. Pitcher knows he dodged a bullet there. And now it's the switch-hitting second baseman, Alex Freeland. Singled and drove in a run the first time through. Base hit. Boots it. The throw to third. Makes the throw, but it's not in time. And now they've got runners at the corner. Comes through with the RBI. Nice line drive cut there. Had everything working smoothly on the swing. That's one to try and replicate. Now up, Chucky Robinson. In the dirt, but kept it close. No action on the bases, though. That one is absolutely pummeled. That's a base hit. 1 score. Now a relay to second. Not in time. It's a double. Picks himself up an RBI. Might have missed a homer just by a grain or two on the bat there. As it is, though, he hit it well enough to keep it out of the reach of the right fielder. Got extra bases out of it. Nice job. Next to hit, Josue De Paul. Swing and a miss. That one missed by a ton. Great pitch to get a swing like that. Got the batter swinging. That ends the inning and prevents things from getting out of hand. We move on to the third inning, and here is Ryland Thomas. First pitch misses, ball one. Serious heat on that fastball, up into triple digits. That's tough to hit at any level. In the air to left center, should be extra bases. Around first and heading for second. Into second easily with a leadoff double. Hammered that one with a really nice all-around swing, and he hit it pretty deep before it fell in for the knock. Might be a chance for them to start working their way back into this thing. Joe now at the plate and swings through strike one.
Ball, no.
Pitch
That's
misses.
the ball.
2-1. Right through there for a strike. Too passive against those fastballs. They keep taking them for strikes. Those are hittable pitches. 99 miles per hour to finish that one. Mitch Garver digs in now. Went deep in last night's ball game.
No.
Swing and a ball popped up. And there's two down. Coming up to the dish for Tacoma, Will Wilson. Struck out swinging the first time. On the ground, right side. And that ends the inning. As we go to the last of the third, stepping to the plate for Oklahoma City, Ryan Fitzgerald. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Fly ball to right. And there's one away. One out and the bases are empty. Coming up to the dish for Oklahoma City, Noah Miller. Swing and a miss. Chases that one in the dirt. Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. Out. 2 away now after the drop third strike. Back to the top of the order here. Stepping in, Matt Gorski. 1 for 2. On the ground, right side. There in plenty of time, ends the inning. Welcome back to Oklahoma City, top of the fourth inning. Now the third baseman, Caleb Cali. A frozen rope into right, and that's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. He was all over that one. That's a swing I'm sure he'll want to come back to in the video room and try to replicate consistently. Great rip to the opposite field for a hit. Ground ball, left side, could be 2. There's 1. Not in time at first, it's a fielder's choice. At the plate, Ryan Bliss, 0 for 1. That's off the mark. And that's ball 1. Bliss measures 5 feet 7 inches, 26 years old, and he's been hitting well lately, batting over 300 in his last 10 games. That one to first, and that's just foul. Runner at first, 1 away. This pitch misses, and it's 2-2. Good eye there. What a take with 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And there are 2 outs. Now, Colt Emerson worked a walk in the first trip to the plate. Line drive. Should be extra bases here. Around second, on the way to third. Headed for the plate. Comes across to score. He was ready to go on the first pitch, and it paid off. Gap shots like that one are a really good indicator that a hitter is doing the little things right. Just trying to hit the ball hard with enough of a launch angle to get it over the infield, but not so high that it's a lazy fly ball to the outfield. Nice cut, and the strike call will stand. They've only got one challenge remaining. And that ABS review is sponsored by Gloucester and Tiresias Optical, where they're committed to finding the ideal specs for your spectacles. Once you get glasses with them, you'll see the world in a whole new light. And that one hit to first. Takes it to the bag, and that'll do it. Welcome back. The Comets at the dish in the bottom of the fourth. A swing and a miss. Chases way out of the zone. Looked like he had his mind made up to swing no matter what on that pitch. Runner aboard on the leadoff single. And now, James Tibbs III. Comes up empty, chasing that one in the dirt. Oh, 0-2, and the delivery. Swings and misses, struck him out. Man on at first. Next up for the Comets, Ryan Ward. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Can't connect on the curveball. He strikes out. Here's the second baseman, Alex Freeland. This one's in the dirt. Espinal leading off first with 2 away. In the dirt, but blocked. Swing and a drive. That's that. And that one is gone. And they add on. It's 9-1. Got to 0-2, but then left that last one in a hittable location. Props to the hitter. He got great pitch recognition and sent that one out. So 2 down. Now a chance for Chucky Robinson. Dances away from that one. Liner. Looks like they'll have a shot at extra bases. Around first and digging for second. The relay throw, but he's in there easily. Some excellent swings for him in this game as he notches extra base hit number 2. That's the kind of knock every batter loves to have. A well-struck ball into the opposite field gap. That one was extra bases all the way. De Paula, now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Runner at second with 2 down. Got the hitter swinging for the strikeout. That ends the inning and limits the damage. We're in the top half of the 5th. And now the center fielder, Ryland Thomas.
Four-seam fastball. Low middle.
That one into triple digits. And a strike. Good fastball, 98 miles an hour. He's shown some excellent command in this game, and that's helped drive his success, really putting the ball where he wants it to go.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
And 1-2. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And the leadoff batter retired in their half of the fifth. So digging in, Connor Joe.
Four-seam fastball. High outside. Four-seam
One out
fastball.
and the base is empty.
Outside.
That
No.
just misses. And the count 1-2.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
And there's a fly ball deep to right. That one's carrying. And it's out of here. And they cut into the lead. It's 9-2. He's gone deep in back-to-back games, and his timing looks pretty good at the plate right now. Clearly seeing the ball well. Great job of hitting it where it's pitched. On a fastball on the outer half like that one, you need to keep the weight back and focus on good contact. That time, it paid off with a homer. One down. Stepping to the plate for Tacoma, Mitch Garver. And they say he went. We're in the top of the fifth inning. One run in the inning so far.
Ball.
Slider. Middle inside.
Comes up empty, strike two. The hitter's probably feeling a bit confused. The pitcher went inside twice, then he went outside.
Ball
Good
two.
job mixing locations.
Fastball. High outside.
Here's the 2-2.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Lifted in the air to right center. And two away. Not a lot of minor league outfielders can make that play, but he's showing he's got the goods. A center field prospect like this is valuable to any organization. Wilson stands in now and watches strike one. That's a strike, and it's 0-2. Twice now he's let a high strike go by, and the pitcher's gotten ahead 0-2. Now I think he climbs the ladder. And that's the end of the inning. Bottom half of the fifth, and the Comets batting.
The center fielder, Ryan Fitzgerald.
Bash down the right side, but foul. Swing and a miss. Looked pretty off balance that time. Up the middle, Bliss. Out. Base is empty, one away. Noah Miller, the next to hit. Swing lifts it to shallow left field. Tracks it down for the out. Batting order turns over. Digging in for the Comets, Matt Gorski, 1 for 3. In the air, out towards right center. Flashes the leather on the running catch. Top of the sixth inning, leading off, Caleb Cali.
Caleb.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
That one finds the zone. That's strike one.
Low outside.
Lifted in the air, right field. Gorski moving under this one. Gets there, got it. Nobody on with one out. Next up for the Rainiers, Carson Taylor.
Ball one.
Circle change. Low middle.
And another ball. This is part of why he's been on such a tear lately. He's doing a good job working the count, giving himself an edge.
High.
Four-seam fastball. High middle.
Next pitch in for a strike. And now 2-2. Hit hard, but foul off to the left.
Circle change. Low middle.
Swing and a miss. 2 outs opening up the top of the 6th inning. Base is empty with 2 out. Now it's the second baseman, Ryan Bliss.
Four-seam fastball.
Line and a base hit into right. That keeps the inning going. Clearly was planning to swing at the first pitch. Aggressive approach. Did well to see that fastball off the outside edge and go with it, punching it to the opposite field. And now at the plate, Colt Emerson.
That's down.
Four-seam fastball. Low middle.
Could be trouble here. Coming to the plate. Scores on that one. Safely into third. It's an RBI triple. That was a clear advantage count. No surprise we saw something hittable. Educated guess paid off. Was looking fastball, wasn't fooled, and ripped it. Rambush in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike.
Ball 1.
Circle change.
Grounds this one up the middle, and a base hit knocks in a run. Two away and a runner at first. Here's the center fielder, Rylan Thomas. The 0-1. Close, but ruled a ball. That's such a hard pitch to lay off of at the plate. Nice job to spit on that tempting slider down and in. Hit on the ground to the right side, and it goes just foul. Fights the 2-strike pitch off to the right. Oklahoma City ahead by 5. And we're in the top half of the 6th.
Ball 2.
Next pitch misses inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fights it off, we'll see another. Far inside, nearly clipped the batter. The runner will be going here on 3-2, but the hitter has to stay focused on the pitch and not get distracted. And that's a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second, now 2 on with 2 outs. Next to hit, Connor Joe. He's already homered in this ballgame. So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Ben Kasparius. And with a nice lead in hand, he needs to have an attacking mentality as he enters this game. And here's the 0-2. And that one is foul. We'll try again. Now a flare off the bat, and it falls! And here comes the runner. Crosses the plate. It's an RBI single. It's 9-5. So up next, Mitch Garver.
Ball 1, up.
One and one. Here's the pitch. And it's strike 2. Spoils the 2-strike offering. Another coming up. One-two pitch. And that just misses. Hard ground ball, base hit. Runner rounds third, on his way to the plate. Scores with ease. It's an RBI single. It's 9-6. First and second, 2 outs. Next
No.
up, the designated hitter, Will Wilson. 0 for 3. Fly out, a ground out, and a strike. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1. Strike 3. Got him swinging. Inning over, but the damage certainly done. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Ryan Ludus. Here's the third baseman, Santiago Espinal. Smoked a line drive single to center the last time up. And a good fastball to start off. That's strike 1. And that one fouled off. Swings and misses. 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter here in the 6th. 1 out and the bases are empty. And now, James Tibbs III. 3-pitch strikeout in the last AB. Will definitely want to do better this time. That's an out. Off to a very efficient start. 4 pitches, 2 outs. And next, the cleanup hitter, Ryan Ward. Grounder left side and foul ball. 0-1 now. There with plenty of time, inning over. Top of the 7th here, Caleb Cowley getting ready to hit.
Sweeper.
Jumps, but it's off the glove. Off to a good start with the leadoff knock. And now the first baseman, Carson Taylor. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strike. Ground ball to the right side. And it stays fair. Makes the turn at second and heads for third. In to score from first. Pulls into third with an RBI triple. Nobody out, runner in scoring position. Brian Bliss now at the plate. The 0-1 offer. He swings and fouls one off. 0-2 now. Just missed. Great job to lay off that one on 0-2. Those big looping curves are very tempting. Pitch misses. Now 2-2. Next offering is down low. Popped up. And there's one away. Digging in for the Rainiers, Colt Emerson. RBI knocked the last time up, and now a chance to drive in another one. Not sure I like that location. Pitcher might be better off busting him in on the hand so he can't extend and drive him. That one is foul. We'll see another. 0-2, rocks and fires. Ball 1 there. And a swing and a miss. Huge K there. Here's the left fielder, Blake Rambush. Good opportunity to pick up your teammate and deliver. Hard hit left side. Play made, that ends the inning. Hope you had a good stretch at home, set for the last half of the 7th. Alex Freeland digs in now. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. Right side, Bliss. And that's an out. Base is empty, one away. Coming up to the dish for Oklahoma City, Chucky Robinson. Swings and flares it, and that'll get down for a hit. So one on now with one away. Seeing the ball very well in this game. That one just kind of faded over the infield and down onto the outfield grass. Base hits like that are a gift from above for the hitter. And the next batter, Josue De Paula. Late on that fastball. Line drive, and it's caught. One of those plays that just goes to show. Righty reliever out of the pen, Cole Wilcox. Looking to keep this close. Now at the dish, Ryan Fitzgerald.
That's the ball.
Wilcox, 26 years old, and he was a third-round pick back in 2020. Not close with that one, but still chase. That's a strike. Rambush towards the line. Dives for it. Got it. Makes the play. We go to the eighth. Ryland Thomas getting ready to hit.
Sweeper.
Breaking ball in there for a strike. Swing and a miss. Strike out looking for the backwards K. And that's one way the leadoff hitter retired in the eighth. To the top. A new arm into the game, the righty, Will Clark. He can really bring the heat.
Ball.
The Rainiers trailing by 2. And we're in the top of the eighth. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-1.
Ball 2.
And a high fly out to center. It's pretty far back. And now 2 down. So 2 out. And here's the catcher, Mitch Garver. Here comes the 0-1. And a big swing and a miss. And with the inning still alive, here comes the heart of the order. Everything came together on that swing. Pure hitting right there. He got the front foot down right on time, kept the hands inside the ball, and squared it up beautifully for a line drive base hit. That's a very quick 0-2 on this hitter, and now you have to shift into protect mode. A lot of ways the pitcher can beat you here. They call up, drifting towards this one. And makes the catch. Bottom of the eighth, Noah Miller now at the plate. Swing and a ground ball up the middle, base hit. No outs, runner at first. Now it's the right fielder, Matt Gorski. Grounds this one to short. Emerson flips it. There's one to first. Not in time. Great effort there. Stepping to the plate for Oklahoma City, Santiago Espinal. Blitz. The flip. There's one. Outstanding play. Inning over. All set to start the 9th inning in this one. Caleb Cowley digs in now. Strike two. That's a hittable pitch, but not what he was looking for. Early in the count, it's okay to take that. And it's a pop-up. Robinson settles under this one. One up, one down. He's 2 outs away. Next is the switch-hitting first baseman, Carson Taylor. That one into triple digits. Whether or not he is lead with the calls on those first two pitches, he has to focus now with an 0-2 count. Got to protect the zone, even if it's a little larger than usual. That one off the mark, and that's ball one. Can't squeeze it. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this one. The batter now, Ryan Bliss. Corner infielders guard the lines. They're trying to keep extra bases at bay. Tying run waits at the plate. Swings and misses, and it's 2-1. To the right side. And it finds its way through for a hit. The runner turns at second. Runner around third. One run comes in with a one-out triple. That puts the tying run at third. Hey, that's a really big RBI as he snags himself 3 bases in the process. And now another base hit could even this one up. Emerson swings through it for strike one. High chopper to third. Safe. Safe. Now at the plate, Blake Rambush. Corners drawn in, middle infield playing back, hoping for the double play. 1-0. One out and the possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Swing and a miss. In this spot, he knows he has to execute. Looking for either a strikeout or a double play. Swings and misses. Struck him out. Only 1 out remaining. And now the center fielder, Ryland Thomas. Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Might have a more aggressive approach this plate appearance. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Pops this one up, foul on the left side. Ball game. Final score today, 9-8. So they hang on to win it by a run. I'm Ben Gelman, and it's been a pleasure having you with us for minor league baseball on the show. Thanks for listening.